The new T10 trial is our torture of chambers of screams or something like that. And I'd done the tier 10 of this trial. And as you guys know from tier 5 plus, the mechanics change. And I know a lot of people are struggling with this. So hopefully this video can help you guys understand the mechanics a little bit. I know there's a lot to keep an eye out for, but I want you guys to be able to finish it this week. So let's just jump into the guide. Ready? Boss will always start with a roll mechanic before the start of the phase. It's a very simple, easy Fury roll block. Now, during this mechanic, he's going to spawn a zombies at the start of the fight. If you're doing T5 or T6 plus, he's going to spawn 3 zombies and then later 5 zombies. Now, the way to check if you guys have a zombie is to position yourselves in order. Basically, 1 is close to the boss, 2 is in the middle, and 3 is furthest away. How do you check this? Every time you are on top of a zombie and the red lightning hits, if you turn blue, it means you're in the correct position. If not, you have to move. During the 3 zombie phase, it's very easy to check because you can start with just checking closer to the boss, and then in the middle between the other zombies, and then third, and then to fight your right position. Now, it's also very extremely important to remember that during this phase, especially at the start, Blood Whale that is active, that you can see on the marker, he will spawn the red orb that goes all the way to the boss. Now, you want to make sure that somebody's grabbing this red orb, but whoever grabs it can only grab it 1 time. They get a debuff. If they grab the red orb twice, they will insta get wiped. So you want to make sure that you're rotating 2 players that can grab the red orbs. It only spawn 2 times. If this touches the boss, it will buff the boss very heavily. So you want to make sure that the boss is not eating the red orbs. The red orbs will only be coming from active bloods. If there are not active veils, it will not spawn any red orbs. Now, once you do the mechanic correctly, if everybody's in the right position, nobody will get 1 shot, and the boss will not eat any orbs. Right after this, the boss still has a shield. The shield will go away after it does this Fury block. So make sure you guys are holding your DPS. The second the 2 sword crosses underneath the boss HP bar disappears, which is after the Fury block, you guys can start DPSing. After this phase, he's just going to mainly target the tank. He's going to throw some blocks on the tank, some Fury dodges on the tank, and throw some AoEs towards the tank. Aside from this, you guys just stay as a DPS or a healer and keep DPSing him. Now, after he's done smashing the tank, depending on how fast your DPS is, he will do a pizza. Basically, he will target everybody and throw pizzas on them. If you guys are stacking on top of each other during this phase, you will get 1 shot. So everybody is spread out, like you guys can see, around the boss, so you don't get 1 shot from this mechanic. So make sure you guys spread out. You guys can either do it immediately right after the zombie phase, or you can wait if you guys want to stack for more damage and then spread out. But it's extremely important that you guys spread out here. After that, the boss will disappear and he's going to throw blades around every single player. You want to make sure that the tank is using Blood Devo or the Bastion here, or both of them, so you don't take damage. Really here, we just need to lock the F in. Now, the boss is going to make sure that he locks 1 player on the edge of the map. Here is extremely important that you guys block the boss's attack. 3 people has to block it, and it's extremely important you stay close to the player and holding your block. Now, extremely important to remember, if the blood veils get filled, you will all wipe, or if they're all empty, you will all wipe. So here, we're getting close to filling these whales. So what we're doing after this block mechanic is you have certain players, 3 players that you want to assign that run around grabbing and taking the blood out of these whales. You want to make sure you only have 1 active veil at this time before the next zombie phase. Once you take a veil, you get a debuff for 2 minutes. That means you cannot take another veil until the debuff is gone. That's why you want to rotate. During this phase, we have 3 people take it. During next phase, we have 3 other people take it. That way, we are making sure that we're always rotating. There's always either 1, a maximum 2 whales active during this phase. So now there's going to, instead of being 3 zombies, it's going to be 5 zombies. Now, the people that actually took the blood from the whales will have an eye above their head, and they will know what number they are. So what you want to do is after you dodge this fury attack, you want to write in the chat what number you are and stand on that pin. That way, 2 of them or 3 of them will have the eye and they will know where to stand, and the other people just have to position themselves just like we did at the start to find a good positioning. It is extremely important to remember if you guys have the blood or the eye, what a good thing could be is you grab the red orb that is coming from the whale and then you go to your position. I will show later in the fight how I do it, but it's a really nice way so the boss doesn't eat red orbs. How? Now, it's a rinse and repeat mechanic from here. We lost a player because he didn't stand on the correct position. And then we tried to continue with this fight, which we succeeded in. But the rinse and repeat mechanics are going to happen. But this time it's extremely important to remember that since we also lost a player and people have the debuff, it's going to be harder for us to take enough whales. That means there's going to be several whales this time with several red orbs that we're going to be having to take. And making sure that the boss doesn't eat too many of these orbs. So now I have to make sure that I take the whale, and I'm making sure that I'm not taking the one that we have marked, and I'm taking the furthest one away. And once I've taken it, I will get an eye, so I'll be able to see what zombie number I have, but also I'll get a debuff. That way I cannot take another whale. So it's extremely important that everybody that does not have a debuff here will take a whale, so all the 5 whales doesn't come up, or they're not all empty because the boss will one-shot us. So what I'm doing right here is I have the eye and I can see the number that I have above my head. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to run to the whale because now we have 2 red whales, which means there's going to be 4 red orbs that are going to be traveling towards the boss. Remember, I can only eat 1 red orb. So what I'm doing is I'm instantly going to the whale, taking the orb, and then going to my position and putting myself in a position where I cannot get hit by a red orb again, and writing in chat what number I am. Since I do have the eye, it makes it much easier for me to make sure that I grab the red orb and position myself where I'm supposed to. Okay. Maybe doable. That's it. That's the fight. Very simple mechanics once you actually figured it out. The main important thing is just making sure that all whales are not empty. They're all not full. Making sure you rotate people that take it. And making sure that the boss doesn't eat too many red orbs. Good luck, guys. I wish you guys luck. Remember, these mechanics get harder at T5 plus. And I hope you guys get the high rank. Come on. GG's. Holy, dude. I didn't even see how score we got. Oh my god. We did it with 1 player dead. 2. Let's go. Rank 1. WW.